What's up, guys? It's Cool Dude, and in this gameplay, I'm playing on the map Overflow. Overflow is not one of my favorite maps. This is one of my least favorite maps. I really don't like Overflow at all. It's not because of like the actual map build itself. I don't like the spawns on this map. This reminds me a lot of a DLC map from Modern Warfare 3 called Parish, where people would constantly spawn behind you. This is one of those maps that was kind of specifically built just to have in the game, I think. I think one of the only reasons why they put this map in the game was just to be like, yeah, we have this type of map in. And that's just about it. Because the only game modes I find that actually fit this map besides Domination, because even in Domination they spawn all over the place in this map. Kill Confirmed is like the only game mode that's pretty good for this. Or unless you trap them on the C flag in Dom, which is over by this fountain here. That's pretty much the only thing that really works out for this map. But that's just my opinion. Everyone has their own opinion. And COD Nazis hate on your opinion. So don't let anyone hold down your opinion. Just what I want to talk about in this video, besides it being a Cap 40 nuclear, is I talked about what my favorite COD was and why. So I'm going to give a little bit of insight what my least favorite COD is and why. Now, if we jump in our time machine and we fast forward back in the day to Call of Duty 4 when I was just learning the ropes, learning how to play Call of Duty. We go forward into World at War, which I was really good at. I like that game. We fast forward into Modern Warfare 2, which I really enjoyed. And then we fast forward a little bit more into Black Ops 1. Now, Black Ops 1, for anybody that played it, it's either a hit or a miss game. A lot of people liked it. A lot of people didn't like it. When I played Black Ops 1, I was in the 8th grade. I was in the 8th grade because I'm a junior in high school now, so we'll count junior year as a year, junior year, sophomore year, freshman year. That was about 4 years ago. When that game came out, I was 12 turning 13, I was 12 turning 13. So I didn't really understand what the game was, and for some reason, when I was like 12 years old, I thought stats were everything. So I used to be exactly what I hate. I'm kind of hypocritical, but I was only 12 years old when I used to do it. I used to dashboard a lot for my KD. And the reason why I used to dashboard was that game, in my opinion, well, at that age, I haven't played it since, was I thought that game was such bullshit. And now that I think back on it, the game kind of was bullshit. I feel like they threw that game together in like 20 minutes, at the least. Because if you take a look at it, the reason why I didn't like it, obviously if you had hosts in that game, you ran a lobby. You could have no brain. You could be missing half of your brain and still do well in that game if you had hosts, which everyone knows, and there's no hiding it. But the other reason why I hated it, besides the host, was the maps were actually extremely good in that game. The spawns were actually really easy to control that I remember, and I kind of really like that. As you guys hear in my commentaries, I like being able to control spawns is something that you should be able to do in every game because it takes skill to do. You can't be a random and then try to control spawns. It just won't work out. But what really turned me off against that game, besides everyone dashboarding and rage quitting, and I myself being one of them because I was scared to hurt my player card, which is not the case anymore, I used to hate the weapons in that game because if we go back into Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, and even World at War, besides the MP40 being the most overpowered gun in the game in World at War, but you look at, we won't count World at War at all then because a lot of people don't like that game. So we'll just look at COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2, games prior to Black Ops 1. Every gun was pretty much usable. Obviously, COD 4 had the M16, and Modern Warfare 2 had the FAMAS. Those were the better guns in the game. Same thing with the UMP. But you could use the MP5, you could use the Vector, you could use every gun. But in Black Ops 1, you were very limited to your weapon choices. Well, obviously there was guns in that game that were pretty good. Like you had the MP5, you had the Galil, you had the Enfield, you had the M16 in that game, which was okay. You had, I don't know, what the fuck else in that game? The AK-74U. But overall, let's not, for those Black Ops 1 fanboys or people that just love Black Ops 1, let's not hide the fact that there was only 3 good guns in that game, 3 usable weapons. We have the MP5, we have the Galil, we have the FAMAS, and we have the AK-74U. So 4 weapons that were usable. And that's just about it. I mean, out of the Galil, if the FAMAS versus the Galil, the FAMAS won 9 out of 10 times. If you use the FAMAS and you lost a gunfight to a Galil, or if you just used the FAMAS in general and lost a gunfight to anything except an AK-74U or a FAMAS, you were garbage at that game. And there's no hiding it because the weapon balance in that game was awful. This is a prime example of it is Who remembers the Mac 11? Does anyone remember the Mac 11 or the PM63? Who was the genius behind that put a 20 round gun in the game with extended mags only held 25 bullets and required 5 hits to kill at close range? Who was the genius behind that? I don't know. It made absolutely no sense when you had the AK-74U, which was like a 3 to 4 hit kill cross map. Then you had the PM63, which was like an 8 hit kill cross map. It made absolutely no sense. And these guns had no strengths or no weaknesses. Just the AK-74U, the Galil, or the FAMAS were the only useful weapons besides the MP5. If you used anything else, you were just asking for like a fucking brain tremor from trying so hard. It's just ridiculous. And it's just so stupid how bad that the weapon balance was, especially if you look at the pistol side. You had your Python, you had your Colt 45, and then you had the goddamn Makarov and the ASP. Beyond me why anyone would use anything except the Python in that game. Another example of the weapon balance, speaking about the Magnum, the Dragunov, a sniper, was like a 2 to 3 hit kill across the map. Actually, no, it was a 3 hit kill across the map, and the hit detection was just garbage with it. The Python was a 2 hit kill across the map. So you're saying that this sniper had the same damage capabilities of the goddamn Python pistol. Whoever the genius was behind that, I don't know. It just makes absolutely no sense. The game obviously was not beta tested in any form possible. It just makes no type of sense. And that's what made me hate that game, because the weapons were boring. What fun is it using one weapon the whole entire length of the game? And mind you, maybe I wasn't really the best at Black Ops 1, but for real, a FAMAS versus a mini Uzi, the Uzi at close range of that game, really? Why? It was horrible. It made no sense. That game made no sense at all. I hated that game so much for that reason. Also, coming from Modern Warfare 2 and the Black Ops 1 was the graphics. The graphical drops. I mean, I'm not one to hate on graphics, but the graphics are garbage in Black Ops 1 in my opinion. I hated the way they looked. They looked so fake. It looked so fake. And the one thing also that I'm going to state about Black Ops 1, the 3 major reasons why I hate it, I'm not going to count graphics, because you can have a really great game, like Modern Warfare 3, great game, but bad graphics. So we'll cut graphics out of there. 3 major reasons why I didn't like Black Ops 1, just for the recap of the video for anyone that's just coming in now, was the hit detection. Hit detection was god-awful. There's no defending it. The weapon choices, like how there was very little weapons that were actually good. And my third reason, besides graphical options, once again, is the way that it took to get the pro perks. I see what direction they were taking, but I really hated it. It was a grind to get a perk. And that's just how I feel about that. I hope you guys enjoyed. This has been cool, dude. Just talking about my least favorite COD and why. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thank you.